Municipalities of Tembisile and JS Morocco. What has happened under those municipalities? Nothing. And nothing is going to happen. I hear there's a comrade who says that we should unite. We have tried, Keida, to pursue the unity road. I'll give you a practical example. Now, when we were negotiating on talking about government after the 2024 elections, I was leading the negotiations for the economic freedom fighters, and that time President Zuma had said that, why don't you talk from Umkhonto weSizwe as well in that negotiation? We went to the ANC and said that on the basis of the Freedom Charter, let us constitute a black government that is going to pursue the agenda of the people of South Africa. But the ANC says, no, we want to work with the white people who are happy with the Democratic Alliance. They went to sign that statement of intent. We had even made public that these are the principles that must unite progressive forces. And that should include the Freedom Charter that says that the mineral wealth beneath the soil, the banks and monopoly industries shall be transferred to the ownership of the people as a whole. We said here is a program which united black people to fight against apartheid for many years, for 70 years now. We said here is the program, because in the constitution of the ANC there is Freedom Charter. In the constitution of the EFF there is Freedom Charter. In the constitution of Umkhonto weSizwe there is Freedom Charter. We went to say, we even publicly published the letter to say, this is our proposal, that let us form a black government that is going to prioritize the interest of our people. But the ANC said no. And for narrow purposes at some stage even, some amongst the leaders of the EFF and the MK, they became petty and want to discuss individual other than principle that we must liberate our people in South Africa. So the unity option, we have tried to pursue that option. And the other comrade says that we said that we are going to remain as volunteers of Umkhonto weSizwe even if we have got positions or not. Of course we said that. But the truth of the matter, which if we do not tell the people of South Africa, it will be treasonous, it will be betrayal of the trust of the people of South Africa. Umkhonto weSizwe is not an honest organization. It's a family business of President Zuma for narrow benefit of him and his family. That is the fact of the matter. We tried to speak about that and no one can. We served in the leadership of Umkhonto weSizwe at the highest level. With Magubane was the Treasurer General. With Luda was writing all the documents. We can tell you, it would be treasonous if we don't tell the people of South Africa that there is no political organization called Umkhonto weSizwe. It's a family stokvel for personal benefit. And if we don't tell the people of South Africa that, people will continue to want to support such. And they will say later on, why didn't you tell us? So we are telling the people of South Africa that there is no organization there. And how would we commit to want to put posters and campaign for an organization that is not a genuine liberation force of our people? And that is how we're going to characterize all organizations. We must always tell our people the truth. We can't go to the ground and tell lies. We must always tell the truth as to what is happening on the ground. the ANC has chosen to work with white people. We have got a Minister of Agriculture who does not know our areas, called John Steenhuisen. When we were in Bushbuck Ridge yesterday, they were complaining that there was beginning to be some direction on agricultural support, but the Minister of Agriculture now does not know Bushbuck Ridge, does not know the people of Kwamhlang. And that is what the ANC has chosen. Every time he speaks about giving money and export opportunities to white businesses in Cape Town. Black people are now excluded from agriculture because the ANC went to work with oppressors. Because that is the vision that they are in pursuit of. Now, comrades, we have made a commitment that we are going to take up a political battle, but also a legal battle against this thing that governments are doing, that only those who are below the age of 35 are going to be given government jobs. We believe that such is not consistent with the Constitution and is not consistent with the law. So we are going to approach our lawyers and go to court to say that everyone must be given a job in South Africa, even when you are above the age of 35, as long as you can provide the work and the responsibilities that are expected from you. So that issue of 35 years limit, Maibuye is opposed to it. We're going to oppose it effectively. If it means we go to court, we're going to go to court, because it can't be constitutional to only want to employ those who are below the age of 35. Because for the past 10 years, there's always been more than 7 million people unemployed in South Africa. And these are the people now who are 36 years old, 37 years old. Where are they going to get the jobs? But the permanent solution is that we must create jobs for all the people of South Africa in a way that is sustainable. Now, we are genuinely listening to the people to listen for guidance on what do we do differently. We are not coming with ready-made solutions. Archbishop Zondo is correct that we are not coming with ready-made solutions to come and tell the people of KwaNdebele of what their problems are. We are here to listen as to what we do differently. But one thing which we can make commitment on is that even just now with the collective that we have got far much better and clearer ideas on how we'll create jobs for our people, on how we'll fight corruption, on how we're going to involve traditional leadership and religious leaders in the organization. When we say Maibuye must be founded as a political party, we are not saying we're going to bring people from Johannesburg to come and form Maibuye here in KwaNdebele. We're saying the people of KwaNdebele must form part of Maibuye and lead it from within and give direction and take these municipalities of Tembisile, of JS Moroka, and provide government in consultation and working together with Amakos. That is what we're talking about. We are just providing a platform so that we coordinate all of us together to liberate our people from the suffering which has been worsened by the ANC. But if the view is that we must continue to vote for the ANC, if the view is that we must continue to support the ANC, let's do it. But one thing for sure is that the poverty of our people is going to get worse. The suffering of our people is going to get worse. corruption is just going to increase even worse. Young people are not going to get any job opportunities. The arrogance is going to deepen because they will say that it doesn't matter what we do or what we do not do. The people of Kwandebele will always vote for us. There's no need to improve anything. So we are here to say that here is a movement, a people's movement that all of us must own up to, which will liberate all of us. And that movement respects traditional leadership, respects religious leaders. It's saying that they must not fall into this trap that they must not be political, because immediately they move out of politics, the politicians take power, undermine the traditional leaders, and involve themselves in wrongdoing and corruption every day. So that is where we are. And for those that agree that we must form a political movement, we will begin to identify leadership from here in Tembisile. We'll identify leadership in the entire region of Kangala, in all the regions of Bohlabela, Nhlanzeni, and Khartsebande, here in Mpumalanga. People who are trustworthy, people that can be trusted by our people. Like the comrade who said here that he can develop the talent of people who are interested in that space. People who come from the community, we are not going to bring someone that you do not know. You will discuss amongst yourselves that if we were to go to Maibuye, who is going to represent us better? And then when we go to local government elections, we meet again. Who is going to be a better mayor, speaker? Who is going to be a better councillor for Ward 18 for all the wards here in Tembisile? In a democratic, open way. Because I can tell you now, in the ANC, in the EFF, in the MK, public representatives are not chosen by the people. They are chosen by the leadership. And that is the habit that we are breaking away from. So the question was asked, what are we going to do differently? It's exactly that we have seen the weaknesses of organizations that are run like their spaza shops or they are run like their private businesses. We do not want to start a private business kind of a political party. We want to start a people's movement. If we wanted to start a political party that is a private business, we could have gone to the IEC offices in Centurion and registered a political party without talking to anyone, and only go to register and contest for local government elections. But because we want to start a people's party, umbuto wabantu, nhlangano yabantu, we are now coming to the ground to listen as to how do we shape this movement. And we will take into consideration all the views that are coming so that we have a true people's movement. There is no one here, even myself, who will be the boss or the ultimate authority of Maibuye. It's a movement that is going to be in service of the people of South Africa. That is why we are listening in all corners of South Africa on what is to be done. That is the only way we can save the situation. Because if we don't do anything, we are then forming part of the problem. If as revolutionaries, as political leaders, you can see there's a crisis and you have got the capacity to coordinate an alternate solution and you do nothing about that, then you are part of the problem. And we do not want to be part of the problem. We want to be part of the solution. And that solution is Maibuye Africa. Maibuye! Yeah, Africa!